Which colour would you have? Green, blue, red, or black? I think I prefer the red. This camera is not designed for me. However, it was designed for me. There was a point in which this camera would have been perfect for me. And this was my initial thoughts. You've got such a great camera inside of there. You've got the S5 Mark II in there, effectively when it comes to the specs across the board. Lumix have actually taken out a lot what you would have usually expected out of this camera. This is the S9. It's very much an amalgamation of ideas and the philosophy in which we create tech these days. And with that, you have a few features that are taken out because they're not necessarily needed by the target audience that Lumix have set for it. Like Apple, for example, removed the mic jack and everyone complained about it. And then you realise you don't necessarily use it. For example, you don't have a hot shoe. It's an entirely high-grade plastic construction, and you've also got a 15-minute time limit on your recording. And without that hot shoe on this, there's no chance of us actually getting a hot shoe mic from Lumix for this, which, if it did, that would be absolutely perfect. However, on the other side, you've got a full frame sensor, a camera that does 6K, which means it has high quality footage, and you've also got the ability to shoot open gate there as well, which is ideal for you content creators, as it is much easier to adapt to shorts as well as landscape content there as well. This coming in at a price of, insert monologue VO, because I don't actually know the price off the top of my head, then you've actually got a very capable camera. But wait, there is more. This camera has a real-time LUT function, which is kind of taking inspiration from the X100VI and adding it into this. Basically, it allows you to take a photo with your own LUT, which is where it differentiates from the X100. I kidnapped Julian from Lumix to talk a little bit more on this.
Stuart's kidnapped me when I've come into the store, and I'm going to have a run through of the new S9 and LUMIX Lab app for you, which actually syncs perfectly with the camera and allows various different features for especially the content creator market. See LUTs that have been uploaded by other content creators. We can download those, we can preview them before they're applied, but we can download them to the phone, add them into the camera, and then they're quickly accessible via the LUT button on the back.
Put a comment in down below if you want to know a little bit more about the app in particular. Don't worry, no Julians were harmed in the production of this video. I can see myself actually having a lot of fun with this today. We've got a lot going on today. I am testing so many items, and we're going to be filming with a quite interesting individual later on that I met at a developing lab a little while ago. And well, let's continue on with the day, shall we? If you are looking at the S9 in particular, then you're looking for something fun, you're looking for something just to shoot with and enjoy shooting with. And I think it does have that, I really do. Of course, one of the main reasons why people actually pick Lumix cameras is because of the stabilization itself. Something that this camera can actually do as well is use a hybrid zoom feature, which allows you to zoom in a really interesting way when you're out and about. What it does is it actually links up with the zoom mechanism of the actual lens and zooms in at a relatively same sort of speed. So what you've got there is when you've got something like a 20-60 on, you can actually do it up to like 5 times zoom, which does give you like a 2 megapixel image. It's not necessarily perfect, but again, this is designed for content creators. When you need the ability just to punch in a little bit more, you've got that. And it's still in a relatively small form factor, despite Panasonic's not small lenses. Okay, over the course of the day, I've shot with the S9 quite a bit. I've shot a couple other videos with it. Used it as a way to get some extra B-roll and stuff like that. And I'm hard pressed to say that there's anything I would really actively say no with this camera. It's nice, small, compact for content creators like what I do mostly these days. It's kind of perfect actually because of that, you know, the size and, you know, the battery life. I mean, I've only used one battery today and I filmed 3 or 4 videos. Lumix, you gotta stop tempting me with stuff because it's at a good price. Yes, I know I said it was for Stuart. It isn't now. I can't see myself having any kind of general disagreement with what you get out of this camera. Again, if I was to start again, I said this with the S5 Mark II and we'll say it for this one as well, I would seriously consider getting one of these. Especially an S9 as well at that, because you've got the ability to do all of the fancy stuff you really need to do, and you've also got it in a nice form factor. I come to the end of the day and I find myself hard pressed to say anything too negative about it. It's not the perfect camera. It's designed for people that want a very clean cut process as to their photography and video, to enjoy the experience. And if I'm honest, I'd probably liken it to, let's say, a rally car. It hasn't got the air conditioning, it hasn't got the back seats, or even sometimes a side seat. However, it still is a lot of fun to watch and even for the drivers to actually use. It's not the perfect camera, and we're not really expecting to have the perfect camera out of this. And I think people who are expecting the perfect camera will be pleasantly disappointed, because it's not. It doesn't have to be. It's designed to very much hit certain markets, the content creator, the new filmmaker, and people that want to have something incredibly powerful for the money in which they spend. So yes, I think this camera is pretty awesome, actually. If you like this video, make sure you like, follow and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a good day.